Okay, in this video I wanted to show just how thick honey fungus can be, and also how it's camouflaged. I mean, the color is similar to the color is similar to the leaves around them. Light tan to brown to sometimes even white. As you can see, there's a lot of them here, all the way up there. They're around this big old stump. I'll show that later on in the video. Now, if you look back, you'll notice that I did not remove all the mushrooms, but rather let some to spore and bring more. You see all them little white stems that I did cut. Okay, in this little segment, I want to show some of these grass stumpies, some of these clusters. They're coming right up in the lawn, right up in the grass. As you can see, this is a lawn here. And a lot of people think that they only come up in stumps and on the wood. There's undoubtedly buried wood down in there. Wood that we're not seeing. We're not seeing the host body. But there's plenty of them here in the grass as well. There's some here. There's a bunch more out front by the road. I saw a bunch more clusters somewhere. I removed most of them. There's another cluster right there. Okay, on this cluster, it actually almost looks like a leaf. The color and everything, but if you examine it closely, you'll see that it's a small cluster. Now, if you look back, you'll notice that I did not remove all the mushrooms, but rather let some to spore and bring more. You see all them little white stems that I did cut. Okay, in this I wanted to just show how delicate and fragile the mycelium can be. I don't never normally pull them. Well, this one's actually pretty deep. It's in there. I don't think I'm going to disturb that one more. But they're here. These, when in the process of cutting them, they got pulled out. But I try not to ever remove the whole mushroom. Okay, another thing I want to show here is, as you can see, this stump fungus is white on the underside, on the gill side. These are brown. This one's just out of the button stage and it's brown. Now these are dry. It's your choice. It's up to you, your discretion, whether to take these dry ones, soak them in water, and use them, or throw them in soups. Dry them out. You can dry them out, dehydrate them more, clean them up, dry them out, or you can dry them out and clean them later, and then later throw them in soups or whatever. But of course, naturally, the fresher ones are better. But sometimes you have bad years where there ain't a lot of honey fungus, so I try not to waste too much. A problem associated with this species is that it secretes a very thick slime. This slime must be cooked or flashed off before it becomes usable. As you will see later in this video, this problem does not exist with honey fungus that is cooked fresh, only when previously canned. As you can see, even after being canned and processed, it continues to secrete this slime and even becomes congealed. This slimy substance cannot even be rinsed away. If used in soups and gravies, it will change their consistency to gooey or even slimy. It simply must be fried away to make it usable. The second and most dangerous problem associated with this mushroom is that it pops extremely hard when releasing this fluid, possibly causing burns or eye injuries. To avoid this, it must be handled in a particular way for safety that may pop while stirring. At this point, leave the lid slightly open to evaporate the liquids and start the browning process. Continue stirring so that the mushrooms will become evenly browned. As the mushrooms brown, you'll notice a decrease in the amount of popping. Okay, let's watch John Malley prepare some fresh honey fungus.
Yeah, when the mushrooms are fresh like this, they won't pop and spatter like if you can them sometimes and that. They got that slimy feel to them and they'll start popping out of the pan if you don't put a lid on them. And it's a different type of mushroom and everyone should try them and enjoy them. As you can see, they're starting to cook down nicely and get nice and tender. Just got to keep simmering them with the onion, garlic, and some chive oil. Many people prefer butter, which is a fattening alternative. When they're done, you put good salt and pepper on them and go to town.
There you go.
Okay. Now they're cooking down nicely. Now I'm going to give them a little mix here. And smelling real good. Cooking real good. Flip them around. Perhaps turn them down just a hair and let them go some more. I think that's cooking down good now. You can hear them popping a little.
Yep.
Get all the liquid out of them, let them brown up a little bit.
Right.
Beautiful can of mushrooms. Yeah. Well, it looks like the cooking process is finally over. They're nice and lightly brown and crisp, tender. So you put some on the plate. And the final step is to very good mushroom.